Hey guys, so welcome back to hopefully I will know what I'm doing soon. Quick disclaimer, what you're about to see in this video might be disturbing for Italians. I do apologize for how the pasta will be used in this recipe. Today I decided to go back to my roots to share with you a recipe that is the essence of the Egyptian culture. They call it the food of the poor, but everyone eats it. To start off, we will need to half cook the lentils. So add the lentils to a pot of water, and I like to season it with some salt and some cumin. Leave it to boil for around 5 to 10 minutes. We just want it half cooked because it will cook more later. While that happens, I will cut the onions into thin slices, and I like to add some salt and leave it for 5 minutes or so. This will help the water to get out of the onions, which will make it more crunchy. And to that, add 1 tablespoon of flour and 1 tablespoon of starch, just to make it more crunchy when we add it to a super hot oil to deep fry. Keep stirring it in the oil so it doesn't stick together, and then take it off the heat when it's golden and crunchy and let it dry. So now back to the lentils. As I said, just half cooked. You see the lentils are still whole and haven't cracked. Drain the lentils and don't throw away the water because we'll use that later on. Next up is the noodles. In the deep spot you can find in your house, add some of the onion oil and add to that the noodles and let it get a bit colored. It's really up to your preference. The darker the color, the more crunchy it will be. And to that we will add the thoroughly washed rice and the lentils. Fry everything for a bit and then add boiling water. The goal here is to put enough water to just slightly cover the rice, and to that we will add some salt, some cumin and a touch of coriander, and leave that to cook for around 10 to 15 minutes on low heat. And if you think that was enough carbs, you are very wrong. Next we'll boil the pasta all together, and I like to add a mix of water and water from the lentil cooking we saved from earlier. This will just basically ever so slightly flavor the pasta to kind of match this whole craziness of this dish. After the pasta is cooked to your desired pasta cooking levels, add some of the onion flavored oil and set it aside. Now we can actually start making this recipe. First we will need to make the salsa. Yes, I hear you. Why the actual fuck would you eat salsa on rice? Look, I understand, but give it a try. You will change your mind. Everyone eventually does. So in a pot, because we need a lot, put some of the frying oil again and some finely diced garlic to that, and some cumin, coriander and some paprika. So just give it a stir until you can smell all those spices, and then add tomato paste. Mix until they are combined, and then add the salsa and give it all a mix, and just season it with some salt and pepper to taste. Let that simmer on low to medium heat until it's nice and thick. While that thickens, we can make arguably the most important ingredient in this recipe. Some people in Egypt like to make it 2-in-1 with salsa, but I like to keep it separated because I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't like the sauce. But everyone seems to lose their shit over this sauce, so I have to do it. For that we'll need some boiling water, and to that we'll add some cumin, coriander and more garlic. It's not a recipe for Valentine's Day for sure. Mix that together and then add a juice of half a lemon and around 2 tablespoons of vinegar. My vinegar is a bit strong, that's why I added this much, but if yours is lighter then add more. You just want enough vinegar to be like this baby here. That's how I know how much I need. Back to the salsa. This is the consistency we are looking for, beautiful and thick. Last thing we need is some chickpeas. I bought mine ready-made, but some people like to make this dish even harder and do that from scratch. I'll just use this one. I'll just season it with some cumin and salt. And to serve this feast of carbs, there is a specific order to adding this, which is rice and then pasta and then salsa and then onions and then some chickpeas. But I do believe some stuff needs to be more than others, but here you have to experiment yourself. It's purely subjective matter. I know that this dish might have given you anxiety and confusion, but on a serious note, it's very tasty. I don't know why or how this mix tastes so good, but it does. And that's it guys. I invite you to let go of your skepticism and do give it a try. It should taste amazing, and I hope you've enjoyed this culturally confused dish, and thanks for watching. Until next time.